Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. 1 2. Mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all to Task Arena for today's volleyball game between your Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Lady Wildcats of Clovis. Both teams have stood for the national anthem and they're getting introduced one by one here. Clovis comes in with a 6-12 record on the season, and Clovis most recently has picked up a loss against Carlsbad 3-1. They did pick up 2 wins in a row before that, beating Lovington and Dexter. And before that, they'd had 3 losses in a row, losing to Taos, losing to Portales, and losing to Los Lunas, all smaller school squads from up north. They come in with that 6-12 record, 0-1 in district play after that loss to Carlsbad. They do have a couple of similar opponents. They played Artesia, and they lost to Artesia 3-1 and 3-0. And of course, Hobbs has split the games with Artesia. They were 1-1, and then Hobbs came away with a 5-game victory against Artesia in the previous game. Stacey Williams' squad comes in 10-8 on the season, and most recently picked up a win against Roswell, and that was on the road. They have won 6 in a row right now, beating St. Pius up in Albuquerque, Goddard, Ludington, Portales, Artesia, and Roswell. This is a squad that's really come on lately, and they seem to have a lot of momentum going for them. One thing that I noticed isn't going for them tonight, I do not see Coach Williams on the sidelines, nor Coach Rotuno. I did see a post on Facebook wishing them well. And I'd hate to speculate the reasons for them not being here today, but it looks like the freshman staff is out there, as well as athletic director Brenda Wilson, to help out the squad tonight. So it's a rival game, and it's going to be a very good one to boost. Both squads have been introduced, and last-second instructions will be given to the squad from the coaches on the floor. The one thing that I will have to say for this game is that we do have a pretty decent height advantage. Clovis doesn't come in with a huge amount of size. We do feature quite a few girls that are in the 5'10", 5'11", 6-foot range. Clovis does have one 6'1" player, and that's a 6'1" senior, Hannah Gallegos. But the size advantage may play into Hobbs' favor tonight. On to the floor, they go. Hobbs wearing its home white jerseys with the black numerals and black lettering, black shorts, black shoes with the white inlay on it, and of course the black knee pads to go with it. Clovis comes on the road purples. They have white numerals, white lettering, and black shorts to go with the white socks, the white shoes, the black socks, and the white knee pads. Clovis is coached by... oh gosh, name just escaped me here. Coach, apologize for that. I'm coached by Darren Ray. Ray, a veteran in the volleyball ranks here in New Mexico, and a fairly well-known coach, and seems to know everybody in the stadium here. Been here quite a bit. Made it a point to go around and talk to some of the Hobbs faithful for the game. Hobbs on the floor starting. Anaya Joseph, Sanahi Gutierrez, Jayla David, Wisdom Anthony, Jasmine Jimenez, and then of course they bring in Cameron Cantu, who is the libero today for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Clovis will get the ball to start here. They'll be serving left to right on your YouTube screen. Serving for Clovis, number 15, Hannah Gallegos. Waits the referee signal, gets it, tosses, steps, fires. Going to be handled cleanly by Cantu right at the net. Little net play. It's going to go in Clovis' favor as they push down at the net. Dig by Cantu, kind of carried a little bit too far there and played right into the net players for Clovis. I get a second opportunity. Cantu handles nicely. Here's Gutierrez, sets it up, and a big hit at the net by Anthony. Can't be handled by, that's Joseph, rather, and it can't be handled by Clovis, and that evens the score at 1 apiece. Nia Joseph has really come on. The Artesia game, her kill total was through the roof. Clovis handles the serve. It's going to be dug out by Anthony. Joseph sets it at the net again for Gutierrez sets it for Joseph. Joseph with the right hand, and she gets a kill at the net. They attempted to block it, couldn't quite get enough of it. Falls to the floor, and that makes it 2-1 Hobbs. Cantu to serve again. Cantu gets the running start. She's going to float serve. Fires it right side of the net. That's a service ace. That goes in just inside the line. And it is now 3-1 Hobbs here early. Cantu put that where there was not a single wildcat that could get to it. Cantu to serve with a 3-1 lead. Steps, fires. This one's going to go deep. Clovis handles. It's in the rafters. It bounces around. Clovis handles it. They're just going to have to send it over. Hobbs has a chance to set it up. Here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez goes to Joseph. Blocked at the net. Joseph saves. Cantu tries to dig it out. Rolling on the floor, trying to save it with the right hand, and is unable to do so. It's now 3-2. Clovis to serve. Here comes Ella Harwalt. That one's going to be in. Right-handed serve goes down the line. Nobody really goes for it, and that evens it up at 3 apiece. Second serve. This one's going to hit the net and fall, and she gets another service winner there. Ella Harwalt. She's a 5'5" junior setter, and she's got 2 service winners and 2 serves. It's 4-3 Clovis. Harwalt with the right hand again. This one's going to be handled by Cantu. Gutierrez sets it up backside. Joseph pounds it. Clovis digs out. Sets it up the net. Pushes over. And that one's going to fall in. Anthony couldn't quite get there. And that is a Clovis point. It's 5-3 Clovis here early. Another service winner there. Actually, that one's going to be out. And the Lady Eagles will get an opportunity. It's 5-4. They trail. Sanahi Gutierrez doing the serving duties here. This rotation starts. Hand goes away. She fires it over with the right hand, handled by Clovis. Clovis is going to get a set. It's going to be a back set, and it's going to be pushed over by Gallegos. Gutierrez sets up, looks like Cunningham over there. Clovis handles, dug out there by Wisdom. Right side, pushed over by Joseph, handled at the net. Deep hit, Anthony digs it out. Here's Gutierrez. Right hand from Joseph. This is going to be handled at the net again with a block. Back sets, Cantu digs out. Nice little rally going here. It comes up to the net. Here comes Wisdom Anthony, and Anthony couldn't quite get there. And that one's into the net. It's 6-4 Clovis. Katie Ratledge serving here for Clovis. Dug out by Cantu, but that one's not going to stay on the court. Gutierrez is already heading up the set. And there's going to be a timeout on the floor. The coaching staff wants to talk it over. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagles Volleyball on YouTube.com. Well, back to Tasker Arena. 7-4 Clovis leads, and Clovis will continue to serve. Here's Ratledge. She gets the signal from the referee, and we're back underway. Ratledge with the right hand. Cantu digs it out. Gutierrez is going to have to set it up deep. Anthony comes up. She's going to knock it over. Back set here. Clovis can't really get a lot on it. Kendall Cunningham pushes it up, and Joseph tries to push it over, and can't quite get it there. It's 8-4 Clovis, and this is kind of surprising here early, knowing the records with the two squads. Cantu digs out the serve. Back set. By Joseph. What a hit and a carry. Allen put a D on the floor, and it's 8-5 now. After the rotation, here's Joseph to serve. Steps up, jump serves it over with the right hand, dug out. At the net, Clovis is going to have to push it over. Joseph pushes it up to Gutierrez. She's going to back set for Cunningham, and Cunningham's going to put that into the net, and that'll be a point for Clovis. Score now notched at 8-5, Clovis with a 3-point lead. Trinity Clemens to do the serving duties here for Clovis. Clemens pushes it up, right hands it over. Handled by Joseph, gets in his back sets right in the middle of the Clovis defense. There's nothing they can do. 9-6 as the Hobbs Lady Eagles will cut to lead the 3. And something's doing. I think we're chasing a ball or something here. I don't know what they got us with here. Maybe it's a rotational error. Some confusion on the floor. So Clovis gets the point here. It's 9-6. 10-6 rather. 10-5. Cantu. Joseph runs it down. Cantu's just going to push it over. Here's the set from Howell. Pushed over by Clovis. Cunningham digs out, back set. Anthony pushes it right. That's one thing I love about Wisdom Anthony's play. And oh no, the referees are saying that she's pushing it. And they give that point to Clovis. This is a perfect storm of things that aren't going right now. And there's some discussion about where people are setting from and jumping from. I think that's what caused them to lose the point here. It's 11-5 Clovis, and this has been a perfect storm against us so far. Cantu digs out, gets Yedis, gives it to Anthony. She pushes it over into Clovis's hands. Clovis back sets, blocked at the net. Cunningham goes up for it. Clovis again with a second set, blocked again. This one's going down. That's a Hobbs point. Cunningham working at the net with Hannah Sauer. 2 big blocks right there by the duo. 11-6 now Clovis leads. Sauer to serve. Sauer with the right hand pushes over. Clovis digs it out. Here comes the back set. It's going to be pushed over. Gets Yedis. It's going to go forward. Here comes Wisdom. She pushes long. That one's going to be out. 12-6 Clovis leads. Gazelle Petner serves, and she's going to get a point on that one as it's touched by the Lady Eagles and not put back into play. 13-6 your score. Petner to serve again with the right hand. Cantu digs out, gets Yedis. Back sets Anthony. Anthony says no doubt on this one. She put the heel on it, and she tattooed that onto the floor. 13-7, Hobbs trailing by 6. Here's Cunningham to do the serving duties, standing all the way out on the basketball baseline. Here's Cunningham with the jump serve. Right hands it over, dug out. Howell just going to have to send it back. Clovis just has to send over. Hobbs going to have an opportunity. Here's Gutierrez. Serving Anthony puts it home. Nothing doing there. There was no chance to get that one. 13-8. When Hobbs sets clearly like that, that duo of Anthony and Anaya Joseph, they're hard to stop. Here's Cunningham on the back line once again. Steps serves, fires with the right hand. This one's going to be dug out. Clovis sets it over. And this one's going to be pushed over with two hands, and that one's going to be a point for Hobbs because you can't do that. 13-9. Cunningham still doing the serving duties as Hobbs cutting the lead down to 4. You can start to feel the momentum shift as Hobbs has kind of found its legs here. And that one's going to go under the net, and that makes it 14-9. Clovis to serve, number 13, Lucy Shreves, an outside hitter. That one's going to be past the back line, out of bounds. And that service there gives Hobbs the point and the ball back as Anthony gets to serve. And Anthony has got one of the most lethal serves on this Lady Eagle squad. Here is the serve. And that one's going to be off of Shreves. And the first one's a service winner. 14-11. Hobbs has the lead cut to 3 now. Anthony backs, she hangs and fires, hits the net and goes down. That's another service winner. It's now a 2-point ball game. Anthony rolls up with the right hand. And now Anthony is picking on Lucy Shreves. And there's going to be a sub on the floor. They're going to put somebody else back there. It's Ariane Kahn. Shreves is having difficulty getting to that one. Anthony again. She's going to go to the same place. Kahn handles it, but it's going to be on the Hobbs side. Back down. There's Joseph. And just like that, it's 14-0. Lady Eagles are back in this one after trailing by 7. Here's another one from Anthony. Dug out, Clovis on the run. Don't get much on it. It's going to be tipped at the net and back down. Another point for Hobbs. But I am surprised that Coach Ray didn't want time out here trying to stop the momentum. Anthony with another opportunity. She floats, fires. This one's going to be handled. Clovis on the run. They're just going to push it over. And they're not going to get it into the crack. This one's out of bounds. And Anthony down again. Coach Ray decides he wants to check things in. Time on the field. Hobbs 16, Clovis 14. We're back in just a moment. Welcome back. Anthony still serving here. Hobbs with a 16-14 lead. Anthony serve, hangs over. Handled by Clovis. Holloway sets it. Dug out. Here comes Gutierrez. It's going to go right side to Joseph. Joseph's going to set it. Gutierrez gives it back to her. Touched over by Joseph at the net. Gutierrez hits it. Jimenez runs it down. Cantu sends it over safely. Here's Howell. Back sets it right side. Dug out by Cantu. Hobbs moving much better here. And Anthony tries to come up and hit from the back line. That one's into the net. And that round is over. Clovis gets the point at 16-15. Hennigan to serve here. Right hands it over. Out of bounds. That is a service error and a point for Hobbs. It's 17-15 as we start to creep in the late stages of the first game. Here's Cantu to serve. Steps, floats, fires. Right hands it over. This one's going to catch us on the run here. Here's at the net Joseph, and that one's not going to get over. It's going to be into the stands, and that'll be a point for Clovis. 17-16 your score. Clovis to serve. Here comes Howalt. Controlled. Gutierrez. Set up for the running Joseph. And Joseph with the right hand punches it down to the floor. That is a Hobbs point. That's 18-16. Hobbs with the substitution. Jimenez comes off. Cunningham comes in. Here's the right hand from Gutierrez. Clovis is going to push it up to the middle. They're just going to have to safely punch it over. And this one's going to be behind the bars, which means it didn't quite go over the middle of the net. And that'll be a point for Hobbs. 19-16. Hobbs with a 3-point lead. Serve is over from Gutierrez. Clovis on the run. They have to punch over safely. And that one's out of bounds. Anthony making a good decision at the last second. She was going to bump that. But she realized she was right on the line, and she pulled back just in time for another Hobbs Lady Eagles point. 20-16 your score. Hobbs up by 4. Gutierrez pushes it over. Clovis deals. This one's over the net. It's going to be punched down by Sauer. Set by Howalt. Blocked out the net by Kendall Cunningham. Here's another one. Cunningham back up again. This time dug out by Joseph. Gutierrez goes for a set. They got somebody in the net. It looks like it was a Lady Eagle. It may have been Sauer. 20-17 your score here. Clovis to serve. Cantu digs. Gutierrez sets Joseph, blocked at the net, dug out by Joseph, pushed over by Anthony. Wise decision there, blocked at the net again, but this one's going to fall on the Hobbs side, and that's a point for Clovis. 20-18 your score. And here's Ratledge to serve again. Katie Ratledge with the right hand. Cantu digs. Here's Gutierrez. Right side, it's going to go to Joseph, and that was going to be called in. That's a point for the Lady Eagles on the Joseph kill. 21-18 your score now. Here's Joseph to serve. Steps up, jumps, fires. This one's going to be handled weakly by Clovis. They're going to stick it out at the net. They don't get it over. They had a small chance there, but it kind of rolled around the net and fell back on their side, so that's 4 hits. And Hobbs now only needs 3 points to close out game 1. Joseph again with the floating serve. Clovis struggling to handle. They're going to have to push over safely and do so. Joseph digs it out. Gutierrez back sets Cunningham, blocked at the net. They push it over. Cunningham pushes it to the back end. Clovis runs it down. That one's going to be a big hit from the outside hitter of Gazelle Petner. And Petner gets the point for Clovis. It's 22-19. Clemens to serve here. Right hands it across, out of bounds. Lady Eagles pick up the point. They're now 2 away. Hannah Sauter to do the serving duties here for the Lady Eagles. Jayla David back on the floor as Cantu, the libero, sits. Sauter with the right hand, pushed up deeply. Clovis struggles to handle it. They get a backside attack. Gutierrez sets it up. Here's Joseph with the set. It's going to be pushed over by Anthony, dug out. Clovis back sets it. They're going to float it over, and that one's not going to make it. And the Lady Eagles are 1 point away from taking game 1 against the Clovis Lady Cats. Hobbs students are on their feet as Sauter serves. Clovis on the run, sets it, hits it off the backside. They get a point there as it goes off of the Lady Eagles. 24-20. Hobbs with a fairly comfortable lead here. Serve comes over. Gutierrez fights that with it. Kendall Cunningham goes and digs it out. Then we get the Lady Eagles for getting under the net there, and I think they got Gutierrez. Gazelle Petner serving again. Dug out back line into the stands, and just like that, it's a much closer 2-point lead for the Lady Eagles. Timeout on the floor. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball on YouTube.com. Welcome back, 24-22. Lady Eagles lead, needing one more point here in the first. Clovis to serve. Petner doing the duties here. 5'6" junior Gazelle Petner. Steps, right hand fires. This one's dug out by Kansu. Gets Yanis, back sets Joseph. Joseph puts it down. Back line. And that is a point. Game one's over. Lady Eagles win. We're back in 3 minutes on YouTube.com. Welcome back. Game 2. Lady Eagles took game 1 with a 25-22 victory. With a 1-0 lead here, Lady Eagles will be serving, and it's going to be Anaya Joseph. Check that. That's Wisdom Anthony back to do the serving duties there for the Lady Eagles. Awaiting the referee's signal, she gets it, and with permission is a jump serve with the right hand of Anthony. back sets. It's going to be blocked at the net. This one's going to fall down. And because Hobbs touched it, that's going to be a point for Clovis. Nice little back set for Katie Ratledge off the backside there. Clovis up 1-0. Ella Howlett's serving for Clovis. Dug out by Cantu. Jimenez watches it. Nobody knows whose ball it is, and that's a second point. Little communication error on the part of the Lady Eagles. 2-0 Clovis. Howlett with the serve. Steps up. Fired down with the right hand. Here's a nice set for Joseph. And Joseph puts that down on the floor. I think that's why we call her the Killatron. She picks up these kills like they're nothing. It is now 2-1, and Cantu will serve for the Lady Eagles. Cantu rolls up, steps up onto the toes, jumps and fires. Nice little serve there, handled by Holt on the set. Wisdom Anthony digs out. Pushed up, Joseph pushes it over into the net. And it's going to be pushed over by Clovis. They don't do much with it. Gutierrez serving Anthony. This one's off the back line. They're going to call it in. And there's some discussion, and it's called in by the line judge. Line judge calls in, top judge calls out. They're going to say this is no point. And we're going to roll this thing over. Here's Cantu serving. Dug out. Howlett sets. Pushed down as Gallegos comes up. And that's a Millie Ratledge that comes up. It's going to be blocked at the net. And Hobbs gets the point there. Cantu doing a good job there serving for the Lady Eagles. Gets the running start. Jumps, floats, fires. This one's into the net. And that makes it 3-2 Clovis. Clovis serves, right hands it over. Gutierrez at the net. Dug out. Backside. Gutierrez digs another one. Joseph sticks it to the deep side. Howell sets. Sets it on the far side. And it's going to be touched at the net. They're going to say Lady Eagle touched this one. That's 4-2 Clovis. Here's a set from Clovis. Cantu digs. And it's going to be pushed over. A beautiful feint from Joseph on a set from Gutierrez. And that one is going to be dropped down for a Lady Eagles point. Lady Eagles serving. Gutierrez with the right hand. Clovis digs out, but they don't go anywhere with it as Hannah Gallegos puts it up in the air, and not a single Clovis Wildcat can get there. 4-4 your score here, and Gutierrez will serve again, this time from the middle. And her right hand goes into the net. That is a point for Clovis. It's now 5-4. Clovis to serve. Here's Clemens. Clemens steps with the right hand. Joseph does a good job. She's going to get it back from Gutierrez, and ain't nobody there. Nobody can get that one. And Killatron puts another one down. And Joseph earns the duties back there after the point. She gets to go serve. Nice right hand from Joseph. Clovis is on the run. They're going to just push it over. Lady Eagles have a good chance for a set here. Back set. Kendall Cunningham digs it out. Check that. Tries to kill it. It's going to be dug out by Clovis. Here's Gutierrez again. This one coming across for Anthony. Anthony floats, fires, and that one's down for a point. Here's another big serve from Joseph. Clovis struggling. They're going to put that one into the net. And Hobbs now with a 7-5 lead on that point. Joseph still serving. And that one's going to be into the net. 7-6, Lady Eagles lead here. And Clovis sending to the back line, Gazelle Petner to serve. Petner served, dug out by Cantu. Here's Gutierrez. Goes to Wisdom Anthony. And Anthony finds the heart of the defense. They can't handle that as she puts it right near the center of the floor where there wasn't a Clovis Wildcat. So a point for the Lady Eagles makes it 8-6. Souter with the right hand into the net, and the service errors continue. Both teams have not been consistent serving here tonight. Number 13, Lucy Shreves, setter. Steps in, right hands it over, dug out. Cantu sends it to Gutierrez. Gutierrez has this Anthony floating. That one's on the line. That'll count, and it's 9-7. Kendall Cunningham stepping back to serve. Cunningham with the right hand, floats it. Clovis pushes it over. Cunningham digs it out. Here's Gutierrez, goes to Anthony. She floats it down. Clovis is going to have to send it over. They do so, and they put it right where we're not. Cantu tried to get there. Couldn't quite get there. Clovis to serve. It's Hannah Gallegos. Gallegos sends it to Jimenez. Here's Gutierrez. Goes to David. David has it dug out by Clovis. Back sets for Ratledge. Cantu is there. Here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez goes to Anthony. Anthony has it dug out. Ratledge again, but she's just going to have to push it over. And Anthony's going to hammer it down. That one comes over. Doing the best they can, just running it down. Good job there by the Lady Eagles. It's going to be put in the middle of the floor by Millie Ratledge, and that's a point for Clovis, and that'll make it 9-9. That service is long as Hannah Gallegos pushes that one past the back line, and Hobbs now with a 10-9 lead. Here's the service from Anthony. That one falls down. Clovis handles. Sets it up backside. Dug out by Anthony. Big set there for Joseph, and Joseph powers it home. It's now 11-9. Another opportunity for Anthony here. Floats with the right hand. This one pushes back to the deep half. Howell sets. Goes to Ratledge. Dug out. Hobbs on the run. Here comes Joseph. And that one's going to be sent long. That'll be a point for Clovis. It's 11-10. Clovis serving. Howell's serve is dug out, but goes all the way to the Clovis side. They set up Ratledge. Gutierrez. It's going to go to Joseph. Joseph pushes it down. Right hands it toward the back line, and that'll be a point for Hobbs. It's 12-10. Coach Ray off his seat. I'm not sure if he's giving coaching points or arguing. Cantu sends it over. Nice serve from Cantu into the back half. Clovis is going to attack. Cantu digs it out. Joseph just has to send it over. They don't get a big set there. Comes to Ratledge, and Ratledge is going to put it into the net. Katie Ratledge struggling here. The outside hitter is senior. Put that one right into the net. Cantu with another opportunity. And that one's going to sail long. It's out of bounds. It is 13-11 now after Clovis picks up that point. Clovis to serve. Jimenez digs it. Gutierrez back sets. Anthony pushes it over. Clovis handles. The big set to the net. That one's going to be hit by Petner into the net, making it 14-11. Gutierrez doing the serving duties here for the Lady Eagles. Up 1-0. Lady Eagles with a 3-point lead here. Here comes the attack from Clovis. Blocked at the net, but Cantu can't get there. That'll be a point for Clovis. Clovis serving. Clemens, that one's going to hit the net but fall. It's a point for Clemens and the Clovis Lady Cats. Clemens back at the line. Pushes it over after one step. Dugout, Gutierrez. And that one's going to go down and go down hard as Nia Joseph gets a beautiful set from Gutierrez and puts that down onto the hardwood for another point. 15-13, and Joseph gets to serve. Joseph rolls up with the right hand. This one sails long. Gives it right back to Clovis. It's 15-14. Petner serving for Clovis. Petner serve, handled by Cantu. Here's Gutierrez. Goes to Joseph. Joseph off the back half. Big set from Gutierrez. That one goes to Anthony. And Anthony says, you ain't getting that. Anthony with the big right hand, and that is another big point for Hobbs. It's 16-14. We now lead by 2 as the game is getting a little bit deeper here into game 2 with Hobbs with a 1-game lead. Served by Souter, handled by Clovis. They're just going to have to push it over, though. Anthony finds the one spot where they're not. Wisdom Anthony with the court vision. Clovis went diving all over the place. Trinity Clemens tried to go run it down. That is just absolutely good court awareness there by Wisdom Anthony. 17-14. Souter back on the line. Handled by Clovis. Howard on the run. Pushed over. Dug out by Anthony. Here's Gutierrez to Cunningham, who pushes it to the backside. Set to the net. Here's a big hit from Clovis. Dug out by Joseph. Set up, and Anthony has to push it over, but Hobbs gets to live for another day. That one's going to be pushed long. Ran down by Joseph. This one's going to be safely put over. Clovis deals on the run. Hit into the net, and that's just perseverance as Hobbs ran down several shots. And finally, when Clovis did get the attack, another attack, Shreves just put it into the net. 18-14, Hobbs starting to pull away here in the second. Souders, nice serve. This one's going to be bouncing around the rim, the basketball rim. Clovis can't do much more with it. Here's Gutierrez. Gives it to Cunningham, and Cunningham sends that one long. Big hit, but it sails wide. It's 18-15. Clovis' serve. Here's Shreves. Shreves with the right hand. Hobbs handles, right side. Anthony hits a big hit off of Clovis. They're just going to send it over. And they do not do that accurately as it goes into the stands, and that's a 19-15 lead for the Lady Eagles as Cunningham gets to serve. Kendall Cunningham, where's the number 12 freshman? Cunningham serve into the net. Clovis has to handle it on the run. Pushes it up, nothing doing. Gutierrez has a good opportunity here. Pushes it to David, and David's going to knock it right down in the middle. She put it where they ain't. Nobody there. That's a point for the Lady Eagles. It's now a 5-point lead. Lady Eagles starting to really put away these Clovis Lady Cats. Cunningham with the right hand. That's a service winner. Clovis looking at each other like, you got that? No. You got that? No. Timeout on the floor. Coach Ray trying to sort it out. It's 21-15. The Lady Eagles lead. Back in 1 minute on YouTube.com. Welcome back. 21-15 your score. As Cunningham sends one with the right hand long. Makes it 21-16 as the service error gives the ball back to Clovis. Here's a service into the net, and just like that one, or just like that, ball goes back to Hobbs, and it's 22-16. Gallegos on the serve there. Could not find the Hobbs half. Anthony right hands it. Dugout. Sets backside for Ratledge. Cantu's there. Here's Gutierrez. Puts it up for Nia Joseph. And Joseph with the hammer. Two more points, and the Lady Eagles will have won the first two games. Here's Joseph again. Float serve. Howell sets it up for Ratledge. Cantu with a single-handed save. Hobbs just has to put it over. Clovis trying to get a back set. They're going to get a push. That's a Hobbs point. Error there by Clovis and handling the ball. And now Hobbs 1 point away from taking game two. Student section on its feet. And a service winner will do it. That's game two, 24-16. Lady Eagles up 2-0. We're back in 3 minutes. Welcome back to Game 3. The Lady Eagles lead 2-0 here. Clovis to serve. Gutierrez with the set. She's actually going to not set it. She pushes it over onto the Clovis side. Point for the Lady Eagles as Clovis gets into the net, and that's the way to start it off. It's 1-0 Hobbs. Cantu gets to start off the serving duties for the Lady Eagles. Rotation comes through. She steps up, fires a good one. Clovis can't handle. That's going to be service winner. Clovis digs it out, but can't really get a pass on, and it's 2-0 Hobbs. Here's Cantu's second opportunity. Backline miss, and it's 2-1. Here's a serve. Joseph's gonna hit it, have a big hit handled by Clovis. Blocked to the net by Joseph and Souter. And that makes it 3-1. Gutierrez to serve. Here comes Cunningham back on the floor. With a 3-1 lead, Gutierrez right hands it. Steady serve from Gutierrez, handled. Blocked at the net again. This time Cunningham and Souter. And you got to love the excitement from the Lady Eagles. Souter just screaming after that block. Gutierrez sends one long. Howell sets back. Ratledge. Pushed up over by Souter. Close to the chance to get a good set. Sends it backside. Dug out by Gutierrez. This one's going to hit the rafters twice, and the Lady Eagles find a way to send it over. Howell, long set. Ratledge from the far side. Dug out again at the net. Lady Eagles dig it out again. This time it hits the top of the roof, but it falls on the Clovis side. That'll be a point for Clovis. Clovis to serve. It's 4-2 Hobbs here early. In the third game, Hobbs the 2-0 lead. Gutierrez sets up Joseph with a hammer. Clovis finds a way to get to it. They just send it over harmlessly. Gutierrez gets another set. This one for Cunningham, and she smacks it long. That'll be a point for Clovis. Here's Ratledge to serve off the back line. Handled by Anthony. Gutierrez over to Joseph. 1, 2, 3. That's the way you draw it up. And the Lady Eagles now have a 5-3 lead. And here comes the big server. It's Joseph. Just like that. I think I jinxed her on that one. She sends it long, and it's 5-4. Clemens is now doing the serving duty there for the Lady Cats. Clemens, a 5'2" senior. Steps up, hits the net, Gutierrez, sets up Anthony, and that one's going to go long. It's 5-5. Clemens back at the line. Hobbs now deals. Here's Gutierrez. Back sets Anthony. She tries to feint it, and she does so into the net. Lady Eagles trail 6-5. Clemens sends it over. Joseph can't handle. And looks like Hobbs wants to talk it over. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Eagles Volleyball on YouTube.com. Welcome back to Tasker. Clovis leading 7-5 here in game 3. Hobbs with a 2-game lead. Clemens still serving. And she's going to push it over with the right hand. Cantu to Gutierrez. Backside Anthony. And there they go. They found the rhythm on that one. It's 7-6 and Hobbs gets to serve. Serve from Souter. Clovis is just going to have to send this thing over. They do so, putting it where we weren't. Souter dives down. She can't get to it. Clovis now has an 8-6 lead. Excuse me, sorry about that. A little technical difficulty there. 8-7 here. Hobbs still serving. It's going to be Kendall Cunningham doing the duties. Cunningham with the right hand into the net. That's a Clovis point. Clovis making a substitution. Ratledge back on the floor. Marissa Lopez sits. Little gamemanship there from the Clovis Lady Cats. With a 2-point lead, Petner serves. Check that. That's Shreve serving. And a big hit there from Wisdom Anthony and a set from Gutierrez. That's the way you want it to happen. It is 9-8. And arguably our best server, Anthony, comes in. Anthony sends it over with the right hand. And again, I think I'm jinxing him when I say something nice. That is when they make the service error. That one's into the net. It's 8-10. Clovis with a 2-point lead here. Gutierrez at the net. Here's Joseph. Joseph pushes it down. Nia Joseph, the Kilotron. 10-9. Cantu steps up. Cantu with a rolling start. Right hands it over. Clovis fires it. Dug out by Joseph. Joseph has to push it over. Clovis, big set. Blocked at the net. Slapped around. Got a whistle. And I'm not sure who called what. The referees want to talk things over. They're going to give a point to Clovis. I don't think they know what's going on. Now the refereeing crew wants to talk things over, and they've called Joseph over. She's patting Joseph on the head. I don't know why. I can't say I've ever seen a official in any sport ever pat a player on the head. It wasn't malicious though, but can't say that I've ever seen that one before. Still discussing things. Trying to figure out what they're going to have for dinner after the game, maybe. Sarcasm aside, Clovis right now shows on the board 10-9. They're going to give the point to Clovis here and say it was 4 hits, but the ball was on the Clovis side. Ball was going back and forth, and Clovis had the extra hit. Hobbs, the coaches, and I apologize, I don't have the name of the coaches that are stepping in for the Hobbs coaching staff tonight. They're discussing it with them. But I can promise you this is going to be to no avail because the The referees aren't going to change anybody's mind. And she just patted her on the head again. So it's a Clovis point, and they're going to serve. They're saying the score's 10-9. We'll just leave it there. Crowd's getting into it now. Jimenez digs out. Here's Cantu, and I think Joseph's a little bit angry because she just absolutely lit that one on fire. And the Kilotron puts it down. It's 11-10. They did change the scoreboard while the point was being played. Here's Gutierrez. 11-10 Clovis. Gutierrez's serve handled by Clovis. Dug out at the line. Souter tries to dive down for it. That one's wasn't passed well back to the front line. They couldn't really do much with it. It's 12-10 Clovis. Clovis. Ratledge serves. Gutierrez goes to Joseph. She pushes it down. Gutierrez digs out. Cantu sets it up for Joseph into the net. And that'll be a point for Clovis. It's 13-10. Service into the back half. Here's Cantu. Gutierrez crosses it to Joseph. She pushes it down. Backside. Gutierrez attempts to dig it out. Clovis up 14-10. Ratledge serving again. Cantu. There's Wisdom Anthony sent over by Souter. Howell, short sets. Dug out by Anthony. Goes to Joseph. Blocked, but blocked right into the center of the defense. And that'll be a point for the Lady Eagles. It's 14-11. And Joseph gets to serve. Serve from Joseph. Howell back sets it. Dug out by a diving Cantu. Joseph pushes it over. And that one's going to be put on the back line. Joseph can't quite get there. (15-11). Clovis leads by 4 here in the third. Hobbs trying to find a way to rally and put this one away. Clovis making substitution. Here's Kaylin Jefferson. She enters the game for the first time. Here's the set. This one's going to be into the net. We'll call it a block. Here's Anthony pushing it over. Clovis runs it down. Cantu. Gutierrez with the set. Here comes Anthony with the feint. She puts it right on the floor. 15-12. It's now a 3-point lead, and Hannah Souter serves for the Lady Eagles. Souter with the right hand. Clovis on the run. Knocked over, dug out. Gutierrez goes for Anthony. Powerful hit, goes wide. And it's 16-12 Clovis. Clovis serves. Kendall Cunningham sends it into the Clovis side. Clovis has to push it over. Do so to the back line. Here's Gutierrez. Goes to Anthony. She's going to hit it off of the Clovis blockers. They can't handle it, and it's 16-13. Jimenez in for Cunningham on the back line. And actually, Jimenez in to serve. Jimenez with the right hand. Clovis. Howell. Ratledge dug out. And it's Gutierrez couldn't quite get it up high enough. Cantu got there, but couldn't get enough body on it. She rolls to the floor trying to get to it. Clovis now leads 17-13. Clovis again. This one into the net. Ratledge puts that one in there. It's a 3-point lead for Clovis here. And that'll bring Wisdom Anthony, the ever-dangerous Wisdom Anthony. She sends it over. Attack, going to be blocked. Gonna be blocked out of bounds. That's a point for Clovis. Hannah Gallegos to serve for Clovis. The libero. Sends it deep. Cantu deals. Gutierrez. It's going to be pushed over by Joseph. Clovis can't get a good hit on it. Sets it up. And here's Jayla David. David with a big hit at the middle of the net. And it's back down to 3. Cantu to serve here. Game is really heating up. Cantu float serves it. Back line handled by Clovis. Here's Ratledge on the attack. This one's wide. And that's a point for the Lady Eagles. Coach Ray is arguing with the call a little bit. 18-16, now a 2-point lead. Here's Cantu. Fires it back, handled at the net, having trouble with it. And they're going to say that she got under the net. Clovis did. Howell's trying to handle it. And that's another point for the Lady Eagles. It's now a 1-point Clovis lead. This one's dwindling down. Here's Cantu again. Big hit from Cantu. Clovis, Ratledge. Joseph to Gutierrez. Back to Joseph with the right hand. And that one's going to pinball off of a couple of players. Ricochets around. And now the Lady Eagles have evened the game at 18 apiece. We're in game 3. Eagles looking to try to end this one. Coach Ray wants to talk it over back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Eagle Volleyball on YouTube.com. Welcome back. Cantu still doing the serving duties here. Game tied at 18. Cantu's awaiting permission. Some discussion on the floor with Clovis and the refereeing staff. Referee's politely waiting. Waiting for the other ref to come back from the table. Refereeing staff taking a little time to discuss things with the coaching. Now they're talking back with the table, so more discussions going on. Game logistics trying to work itself out here. They're at the scorer's table having a discussion. Now back over to Clovis. I think they're just saying both squads have one timeout left. End result is, here's Cantu serving. It's tied 18-18. Cantu with another opportunity. Cantu right hands it to the deep half. Clovis having trouble into the bench. And Cantu gives the Lady Eagles a 19-18 lead here in the third. Cantu on a roll here. Steps and fires. This one's going to be difficult to handle. It's out of bounds, though. Just past the outside line. And that ties it back up at 19 apiece. Clovis to serve. Here's Gutierrez with a feint. Gutierrez is going to set Anaya Joseph. Ain't nobody handling that one. Joseph knocks him down like a bowling pin. Whew, she put some smoke on it. It's 20-19. Here's the service from Gutierrez. That one's going to be a service winner. Hobbs now leading by 2. Here's Gutierrez. Handled by Clovis. Howell sets it up in the backside. And the net as Petner can't find the offside. Hobbs to serve. Now leading by 3. Gutierrez again with the right hand. Clovis on the attack. Sends it the back half. Gutierrez. Nice dig there. But they're going to call her for double hit. That one had a little bit of heat on it. Had to handle it like a hot plate. 22-20 here. Hobbs leads. Clovis serving. Gutierrez. She's got Joseph on the run. Blocked at the net. Howell sets it up. Dug out by Cantu. Back to Joseph. She tries it again. Clovis on the run here. They're just going to have to push over. Blocked at the net. A deep hit there from Shreves. Blocked at the net by Cunningham, but didn't block it back onto the Clovis side. It's now a 1-point Hobbs lead, 22-21 here late in the third. Cantu. Gutierrez sets it up for Joseph. Joseph sends it into the net. And that'll be 4 hits against Hobbs. They're saying they touched it. The referees are saying it was into the net. Game's tied up here in the third. Service from Ratledge at the net. Spiked down. And now Clovis has a 1-point lead here late in the third. No, they're taking this one away. They're going to say she got into the net. They give the point to Hobbs. Now Hobbs with a 1-point lead, and they're serving, and it's Joseph. Joseph with the right hand. Clovis back sets it. Hits deep and long. It does not fall in. Now Hobbs 1 point away. And the student section, now the rest of the crowd on its feet. A lot of them holding up 1 point in the air, and Coach Ray wants a timeout to try to stop the momentum. And Hobbs with a chance to finish the game here on the next point. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back. 24-22, your score. The Lady Eagles now trying to finish off this game in 3-game sweep of the Clovis Wildcats. Anaya Joseph, Killatron doing the serving duties here. Standing at the back line, 1 point away. Crowd starting to get a clap going. Joseph fires it over. Clovis handles. Here's Howell. Back sets it. And that one's going to be pounded down by number 13, Shreves. And it makes it 24-23. That puts Trinity Clemens on the line here for the Lady Cats. She's serving off the back line. Lady Eagles need 1 point to win. She serves it over, handled by Cantu. Hobbs is going to have to send it to the back half. Howell, short sets, blocked at the net, but blocked into the net. And we're tied up here in the third game. Hobbs wants to talk this over. We're back in 1 minute. Welcome back. Game tied at 24. Of course, you got to win by 2. Trinity Clemens still serving for Clovis. Clemens sets it up. Fires with the right hand. Dug out. Gutierrez digs it over. That one's going to be out of bounds. Hobbs once again with a game point. That's 25-24, and back on his feet come the Hobbs faithful. Hannah Souter serving for the win here. Right hands it deep. Clovis handles. Howell sets up Shreves. Shreves puts it down. Lady Eagles have it. Back sets it for Joseph into the net, and this one continues. 25-25. Clovis sends it over. Dug out. Gutierrez goes to Anthony. Deep ball. Howell sets Shreves. Shreves on the back line is going to be handled. There's Gutierrez. Goes to Cunningham. Cunningham puts it down, and Cunningham gets the point. A diving Trinity Clemens couldn't get there. 26-25. Hobbs with the lead, and here comes Jimenez to serve. Jasmine Jimenez, the 5-foot senior. Defensive specialist. Steps in, fires it deep, and it's long. And once again, we're tied. (26-26). Shreves to serve. Cantu digs it out. Gutierrez goes to Anthony, and Anthony gets it off the net, off of one of the players at the net. That is a point for Hobbs. It's 27-26. Clovis arguing the call, but they blocked it at the net. It changed directions and then went out of bounds. Here's Anthony's serve. Clovis deals his Howard set. It goes to Shreves. Check that. That's Ratledge. Gutierrez back to Joseph with a feint. They got a point, saying a two-handed hit in the back. And it's now tied again, 27-27. And boy, a lot of people don't like that call. Here's Hannah Gallegos. Something coming from the scorer's table now. (27-all). Gallegos right hands it. Cantu. Gutierrez goes to Joseph, and she pounds it down. Kilotron with the hammer. And it's 28-27 Hobbs. Here comes Cantu to serve once again for the win. Cantu with the right hand deep. Clovis on their back half. Howell sets up Ratledge, blocked at the net. Here comes Joseph, pushes to the back line. It's long. And just like that, we're tied at 28. Like it's an episode of the Animaniacs. Is the game that never ends. Here's the serve from Clovis. Gutierrez sets Joseph. Joseph hits it down for a point. Hobbs once again with a chance to win it. Sadahi Gutierrez comes to the back line to serve. Cunningham back on the floor. Jimenez will sit. 29-28. Gutierrez sends it back. Clovis, middle of the floor. They're on the run. They're going to push it over. Hobbs with a chance. Here's Gutierrez. Sets it up. Joseph has to push. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. And Hobbs wins. It's 30-28. Game 3 ends 30-28. And the Lady Eagles have vanquished the Lady Cats of Clovis. Lady Cats will fall to 6-13 on the season. They are 0-2 in district play. And they will be traveling to, or actually hosting Roswell. That'll be on the 19th. The Lady Eagles, they improved to 11-8 on the season, 2-0 in district. And the Lady Eagles will play again on the 19th. That'll be a travel game in Carlsbad. That'll be a big one. And they're going to follow that one up with hosting Roswell High. Lady Eagles win in 3, and we'll see you soon. You're listening to Lady Eagle Volleyball on YouTube.com.